What's going on, everyone? Omar here. And in today's video, I wanted to talk about pre-workouts. Pre-workouts are one of those supplements that people love just because they get pumped, they get hyped, they get motivated, and maybe they're doing a workout later in the day and they just need that extra motivation. They've had a long day, they've had a lot of work to do, they're tired, their energy is a little bit down, and they want to get that pre-workout in. Now, in terms of pre-workout, I'm not going to recommend any particular pre-workout. However, I'm going to go through natural pre-workouts. Something that's more natural, not so artificial, like Red Bull or Monsters or Celcius or anything like that. Now, for me, pre-workout that I use is essentially caffeine, like a cup of coffee or maybe some strong tea, but usually I'll go for a cup of coffee. That's essentially my pre-workout. And that's all you really need. A lot of these pre-workouts, their main ingredient really is coffee. It's 200 milligrams in a lot of these drinks, sometimes 300 milligrams in some of these other types of newer energy drinks. And so you don't need to get those energy drinks with all those additional additives. The main ingredient is coffee. A cup of coffee is sufficient enough. That's all you really need. In addition to what I do with coffee, I also make sure I have some carbs, maybe a banana or a meal with some rice, so that I have that energy. And you need energy for your workouts. You need energy to lift the weight. So definitely carbs are not bad. You need carbs, especially right before you're going to work out. Another thing that I take as a pre-workout to help me with vasodilation and help me improve my nitrogen oxide is beetroot juice and pomegranate juice. I take both, but on most days I usually, especially if it's going to be a tough day, like for instance a leg day, I like to take beetroot juice. Beetroot juice really improves your blood vessel flow and your blood flow and increases nitrogen oxide production, which will help you last longer. You'll be less fatigued if you take it about 30 minutes before your workout. And those are essentially the three things that I do. I have some caffeine, not a lot. I'm not going to have 300 milligrams of caffeine. Sometimes I might have 1 cup of coffee or a half a cup of coffee. I'll have beetroot juice, like 1 cup of beetroot juice. I'll have that. And then I'll also have some carbs, like maybe a banana or some rice to help fuel my workouts, especially if it's going to be a tough workout day. Let's say it's an all lower body workout, squats, deadlifts, the compound exercises. I'm definitely going to have a pre-workout on those days. Now, in terms of post-workout, what do I take? Post-workout, I take protein powder. I take anywhere between 24 grams to 32 grams of protein, and that'll help me get about 24 grams of protein, usually whey protein. And then maybe I'll have a carbohydrate source, maybe a banana or something like that, or some blueberries after my workout to replenish that carbohydrate. And another thing too, I like to mention that a lot of people complain after their workout, either immediately after or hours after, they get sore, really sore. And I can attest to that. Obviously, I've been going to the gym for a long, long time. And yes, if you're a person that is starting a new workout program and you're not accustomed and your body isn't acclimated to the muscular loads that you're going to impose upon it, you are going to get sore. One thing I like to recommend in terms of soreness, one thing that I take is tart cherry juice. That's right, tart cherry juice on the day that I'm going to work out or right after I work out. I'll take 1 cup, 8 ounces of tart cherry juice immediately following my workout or before my workout during when I'm taking my pre-workouts. I usually do it after because my pre-workout, like with my caffeine, I'm already consuming liquid in the form of caffeine, and it seems to be a little bit too much for me. I would recommend you do the caffeine before and you do the tart cherry juice after, and also the beetroot juice. So you're really consuming a lot of liquids before your workout. You're consuming caffeine, you're consuming beetroot juice, you're eating a carbohydrate source like a banana or berries. And so that's gonna fill up your stomach a bit. And of course, I don't eat this stuff right before my workout. I usually wait about 30 minutes to an hour before my workout. And then post-workout, I'll do tart cherry juice and then protein, usually whey protein. If it's nighttime, I'll do casein protein. But usually, most of the time, 80% of the time, I'll do whey protein, somewhere between 24 to 32 grams of whey protein. So that's essentially what I do for my workouts in terms of supplements. And one thing I do take daily is creatine monohydrate, 5 grams of creatine monohydrate. I do take those on my workout days. You can also take them every day if you want to, but I personally just take them on my workout days just to help with boosting energy, improving my mental focus, and improving endurance and strength. So that's essentially the supplements that I take. Now, keep in mind, you don't need supplements. You don't need these things. These things just help you and assist you in your workouts. The core of it, though, is consistency. Going to the gym consistently 3 days a week, 4 days a week, or on the days that you have dedicated to go to the gym, you have to go on those days. You have to stick to your schedule. There might be some extenuating circumstances, like when you've come down with an illness, or you're sick, or you just can't go to the gym, or there's some personal emergency. Okay, I get it. But for the most part, you should stick your schedule in terms of going to the gym. That is more important than taking these supplements. These supplements are just add-ons to a good foundational program built on consistency in the gym and also a well-rounded, strong nutrition and diet plan. And of course, I've talked about that before in another video, and of course, I'll make another video about nutrition and diet because it is important. It's equally as important as going to the gym. One is not more important to the other. You can't work out and have a poor diet, or you can have a great diet and not work out. You actually need both. You need a well-structured resistance and weight training program in addition to a well-structured and foundational nutrition and diet plan. You need both so that you're going to get the results that you want. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button. And if you really found a lot of value in this, consider subscribing, share this video with others, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.